All right, what's up, my friends? Welcome. 10 New Brews. All right, we're doing 5 historic decks, 5 modern decks. We're currently in the modern portion, obviously. This is deck number 2 of 5 for modern. And we got a pretty cool one here. This is a deck that I played on stream a long time ago. Obviously, did not have Bowmasters just yet. But Bowmasters fits pretty well in this deck. Of course, Bowmasters, one of the better cards in the set. I'm pretty pissed as in a Goblin, honestly. But 2 mana for a Orc Archer 1/1 Flash. When it ETBs, which is the important part, and whenever your opponent draws a card except for the first one they draw on their draw step, deals 1 damage to any target, and then amass Orcs 1. So, if our opponent plays an Ancestral Recall, you'll make a 3/3 and deal 3 damage. I believe they're actually independent triggers, not 3 damage at once. So you can go ping, 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 and make a 3/3. So we're going to try and make our opponent draw some cards with Burning Inquiry, where they draw 3 and discard 3 at random, and then Wheel of Fate, where they discard their hand and draw 7. That's pretty fun. And then we're also using Waste Not here on the other side of this, where if our opponent discards cards, we get things. We get zombies and mana and cards and so on and so forth as well. So how are we going to reliably cast Wheel of Fate, which is a weird suspend card? We're going to Cascade into it, but not with a 3 mana Cascade spell. With a 2 mana Cascade spell in Bloodbraid Marauder, this card has Delirium Cascade. But to find Delirium, we got to do that obviously with our... We got Grief, Architects of Will, Fetch Lands, Instants, and so on and so forth. Inquiry, and so on. So we're trying to set up for this big, huge Waste Not or Bowmasters Wheel of Fate Burning Inquiry play, which is awesome. We got Fable, we got Hollow One, we got Grief. It's a wild ride, folks. This is kind of a weird one. We'll see how this one goes. I'm not really sure how it's going to go. I want to remind you, of course, take a second and like the video. I've been telling you to do this more often on stream. You've been thanking me in the comments for doing it because you usually forget all the time. And I appreciate it, honestly. It helps me out a ton. Any content creator you really, really like, take that half a second whenever you watch any of the pieces of content. Don't be stingy. Hit the like button. If you have time, leave a comment. Hit the like button every time. Go like, play. It helps out so much for the content creators that you like, and hopefully I'm one of them. Aww. Hopefully. So, that's the deck. Let's get right to the games. Brought to you by Coalesce Apparel with a Grief hanging out there also. Grief not included. Coalesce Apparel, best apparel out there, not even close. Live long and prosper. Super comfortable, super high quality, super great designs. They have hoodies now, hats, stickers, playmats. You name it, they got it. CoalesceApparel.shop. Promo code JIM10. 10% off your order. CoalesceApparel.shop. All right. We got Waste Not. We got Bowmasters. Hollow One. We're keeping. Opponents on the play. And they have 6 cards. Waste Not, One Not. Turn 1, Cycle. Turn 2, Waste Not or Bowmaster, depending on what they do. Wouldn't mind sniping a Radical Man with a Bowmaster. Opponents in the old Tankaroni. Triome. Go. Sure. All right, let's untap and draw a Dismember. Which member? So we're going to have land, artifact. We already have Delirium. We have instant, land, artifact, creature. Sick. So... how sad am I that these cards aren't directed Pioneer instead of Modern? I don't know. I would say some of these cards are too good for Pioneer, so not really sure, honestly. Cycle Architects. No play from our opponent. Find a Catacombs, sure. Just going to play a land. Blood Crypt. That's a lot of lands, unfortunately. Let's get a Swamp. Play Waste Not. Swamp. Waste Not. You wouldn't counterspell my Waste Not, would you? You wouldn't dare. You would not. You can't counter this card. It was designed by the Magic community. Alright? What kind of monster would counter this card? Alright. Not our opponent, thankfully. Steam Vents, Triome. Fortunately, drawn a lot of lands so far this game, but we're close to Delirium. Hollow One, not as close. Bowmasters live, obviously. Iteration, sure. Playing some Nazgul later. Just played a legendary deck based around Mary, which is pretty awesome. We've got a Changeling Nazgul deck. We've got a Rise of the Witch King deck. We've got a... what are other decks? I don't remember. Just gotta watch them all. Check it all out. Land, go. Iteration revealed the land, right? So untap and draw a... There's Bloodbraid Marauder. We don't currently have Delirium because the opponent hasn't played a target for this yet. We're just going to play Mire and just say go. And set up for Bowmasters and maybe Dismember. So I can cascade into a wheel. Here's a Heath. Gonna go get another Triome, sure. Might see our Waste Not hit by a Leyline Binding, which would kind of suck, but... What do you got, friend? Besides a mana base that's probably too good. Four mana for an perfect. So we get to Bowmaster and then Dismember also. That's gas. Costs a lot of life, but so let's crack this. I think we're off to the races here, folks, honestly. Let's get a Blood Crypt, untapped. Play Bowmaster. Nugia. ETB. Draw a card. Just gonna kill this before they can do anything, whatever, also. So, kill this. Paying a lot of life here, but I think it'll be alright. Oh, oops. Hold on, hold on. Oh my god, this fucking program. Target this. Life, this. You're gone. Draw a card. Trigger Bowmaster. And now we're going to wheel. We're going to wheel or Burning Inquiry. So again, Bloodbraid Marauder will always hit a wheel or a Burning Inquiry. So this is the turn, folks. This is it. If you're ready, raise your hand in chat. All right. It's on. Like Donkey Kong. Best draw in the deck would be another Bowmaster or Waste Not. Sure. I mean, that's shitty, but sure. Here's Fury. They kill my Bowmaster. I still have Waste Not in play, so whatever, it's fine. We're still going to wheel. Kill these. Hopefully we draw another Bowmaster or Waste Not. That'd be great, but... Alright, so we draw a... Stamping Ground. Alright. Play land. Play Marauder. They have 4 cards in hand, so we're going to get a lot of Waste Not triggers, which is great. I think it's still worth it to wheel here. Or Inquiry, so... Play land. Play Bloodbraid and Cascade. We're going to hit a Inquiry, sure. So cast Inquiry. Honestly, it might have been better to hit that than the wheel anyway, because I would just give them 7 cards. So they discard the Royal Scions. Land. So we get a 4 black mana, and we have to draw a card. We draw more Bloodbraid Marauders. We have black floating. To do it again, I guess, right? Hold on. I'm sorry, tap land's better. I screwed up. I should have... did I have 2 Swamps in play? I wanted more red mana so I can keep going. That's awkward, but sure. Alright, Marauder again. This time cascading into a Wheel of Fate. Alright, well, spin the freaking wheel. Spin the wheel. They discard 4. It's a non-creature, a non-creature, a non-creature, and then black. Alright, we have Marauder number 2. We have 5 black floating. And no red, huh? Alright. I should have fetched better. That's my fault. My bad. Cycle the thingy. And draw a... I played the Swamp. Yeah, I screwed up. Another Waste Not. Alright, play another Waste Not. We have a free hollow one here. I should have played this first, whatever. That's Architects of Will, hollow one. They're going to force the negation the Waste Not. Loser. Cycle. Grief? Why couldn't I have Grief when I had all this mana, you know? Alright, let's Grief them. Pitch Dismember. Popping off here on turn 4. And their hand is Kavu, Teferi, Fury. Pretty easy Fury, right? Take the Fury. Make a 2/2. That goes away. Cast the hollow one. Alright. How's that for turn 4, huh? Come on. How's that for turn 4?
Make a little noise here, huh?
That was a good turn 4. Their hand is Kavu, Kavu, Teferi, land. Kabus are big. They can't go double Kabu here, but we're just going to like pop off again next turn, so.
What about second breakfast?
Just go again next turn, right? Obviously, our Bowmaster was alive, but the game was over. So we would dealt them like, you know, a dozen damage or whatever and have a huge creature in play that could attack. So without that Fury, they were done on turn 4. But even with it, we're still pretty good. So red and green in the pool. Red and a green in the pool. Here's a Gabu, sure. What's up, Dylan? All on YouTube as always. Was Fury a reason to save the Bowmaster till end of turn? Yeah, maybe you're right, actually. Maybe it was greedy. They could have had Solitude also, but like maybe it was greedy. They're going to Prismatic Ending my Waste Knot. It's kind of a jerk move. Untap and draw a Fable the Mirror Breaker. Alright, so we can Burning here doesn't really do anything though. Cast Fable. Just loot for next turn. Yeah, that's fine. I could suspend the wheel too, I guess, right? I like that I have to fetch away these fetch more Shocklands in play. Maybe this actually have a mountain in it, honestly. I gotta fetch Shock again. I mean, I shouldn't have gotten the swamp in the first place, honestly, but if I attack with everything, there's a 4/4 and deal 8. They attack for 5. They have Teferi and another Kabu available. So I can bounce my Fable token and play another Kabu. It's pretty bad, honestly. Lose Hollow 1. We get to Fable next turn. It's pretty good. We can suspend the wheel, but like, probably won't want it mattering. Hold on. I'm just gonna attack. Send the clowns. We're also drawing a Bowmaster for Burning Inquiry, which will deal some damage too. So, eat the Hollow 1. We're also like bluffing Bowmaster here too, which is kind of nice. So, they didn't take the bait, obviously, but all right, let's do that. Question is, do I want to suspend Wheel of Fate or not? I don't think it's gonna matter. I don't think that this game's gonna be going for 4 more turns. So, we're just gonna get a tap land. We'll discard the wheel and a land and try and draw some good stuff and go from there. They get to Teferi and Kavu. So I have Teferi bounce this and play Kavu. Mill them out. They have 33 cards in their deck. We would deck first. We have 27. So yeah, Teferi Kavu seems like the play here. Did I stutter? Love it. Here's the Teferi. Sure, I'm just gonna fetch whatever and get a land. That was actually really bad. I should have gotten I misclicked. Sure, whatever. Should have got a red source, obviously.
That's it. I'm going to clown college.
So attack Kavu number 2. They are at 5, so we need to be aware of death. Death looming for them. Will they attack? Maybe they'll attack, actually. If I find a Bowmaster, they're dead, which is gas. So we got a Fable draw. Draw Hollow 1. That's also gas, actually. So we're going to discard a Wheel of Fate and a Verdant Catacombs. We're going to draw another Inquiry. Just gonna Fable again. Just play Hollow 1 for 1. Play Fable. Play tap land. Say go. Just looking for our second copy of Bowmasters here. So you can really go off with these Inquiries and just kill them. We've only drawn 1 so far. So we have 3 Bowmasters and 23 cards. It's pretty good. So no attacks. Say go. I have Ancient Grudge on the sideboard. Again, all deck lists will be in the article, coolstuffinc.com. If it's the first time here, folks, my name is Jim. I'm a full-time professional Magic player and content creator. I've been playing Pro Magic now for almost 20 years, 15 years at this point. Been doing full-time content for about 7 years. And I do Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, write articles for coolstuffinc.com. And yeah, hi there, hello. Hi.
Make a little noise here, huh?
Oh, thank you. You don't have to. Oh, thank you.
Come on, I can't hear you!
Cyan Draco. Their green creatures have trample and their red creatures have first strike. Sure. First set was 7th edition. 2 cards at end. 2 more looks at a Bowmaster to win the game. Hollow one. I mean, Hollow one's also not bad. Like, I think I just want to draw Bowmaster, though. You know, like, I want to keep both Inquiries, too. I'm just going to discard the Hollow one. Just got to do it. We draw a Grief and Wheel of Fate. Come on. Alright, so hard cast Grief. Maybe I should have spent this, huh? 20 cards in our deck, including 3 Bowmasters. Hard cast Grief. We do have active Reflection next turn, I suppose, so... Come on, opponent. What do you got here?
Pop quiz, hot shot.
Oh, boy. All right, here comes Grief. Target you. Trash Man, do you remember the foil Thorn Elemental? Because he's the Trash Man. Yeah. That is true. It's a very play you can't spend regardless, so. Grief on the stack. I don't love Modern anymore. I used to be a big Modern fan, but MH2 really soured me on the format. It's obviously, it's fine. Whatever, you know, it's a format. I'm playing it for the Pro Tour in Barcelona next month. But I have played a ton less Modern in recent years than I have in past days. I think Historic is the new Modern, personally. Here's the binding. Gonna target... I don't even know, honestly. Modern's now Legacy? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I love Historic. I think Historic's the best format in Magic. But Jim, there's digital only cards. Yeah, they're great. Binding away the Hollow one. And their hand is Force Negation. It's actually really good that we nab that. So nab that and then just say go. They have no cards in hand. We're still drawing to a freaking Bowmaster to kill them. I'm sorry, we've milled over one, so we only have 2 Bowmasters left. All right, here's Teferi. We also have active Reflection now too, so yeah, they need to curate Historic better for sure. But I mean, they might just be dead, right? We just copy Grief, check their hand, and then have 2 menace creatures to attack with always attacking too. So see what happens. What am I gonna do? Begin combat. Here they come. They gonna Leroy me? They are. These have trample, so we're gonna block both Kabus, so they can't just kill me with 1 Leyline Binding. Actually, am I just dead? On 4. No, I'm at 11. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Gotta make some blocks, but they get to rummage twice here too. Could just die. Discard Flooded Strand. No, I haven't started testing for the PT yet. I've been traveling a ton. I've been away more than I've been home the last 3 weeks. 2 weeks ago, I was on vacation for a few days in Connecticut. Last weekend was Command Fest Orlando, and we did a little family vacation as well, bookending it on the Thursday and the Monday. And then now I leave for Too Many Games Con in Philadelphia tomorrow. So start testing for the PT when I'm home. Also, didn't want to start testing before I did the 10 New Brews. So favorite modern period? The old SG Tour days. 2015, 2016, 2014. Really in the tank here with this Kavu. They've ripped a binding. Am I dead now? I have 3 blockers with 6 toughness. I don't think I'm dead here. They have trample. I soak up. I take 10. Pretty sure I got a 1 here. Get lured back into Legacy. Everything I don't like about Modern now is more so in Legacy. So I think Legacy is a non-starter. I used to love Legacy like a long, long time ago. But all right, let's freaking go. Yeah, F6. So this is 14 damage. Now it's 12 damage. Now it's 10 damage. Right? So you have 9, 10. And they have no cards in hand. They're dead on board. They do these things too, actually. So first strike, trample, take 1, 6, 10. Sure. All right. I mean, you're dead. Untap. Attack you back for lethal. It's very balanced. They already used it. So. And that was a fun game. Popped off pretty well that game. All right. So, game 2. So they are playing. Can I view them? I can't view the board. Like Omnath, just like 5-color bullshit deck. I guess I'm on Blood Moon, right? Blood Moon. Torok is interesting because obviously they have Solitude and Teferi and stuff, and Omnath. I guess they have Fury though, so that's pretty bad. Dead Gone seems a little suspect. Take these out. Try this. Thoughts on Pioneer? Pioneer's fine. It's like a fine format. Not my favorite format, but it's definitely fine. I would say Pioneer is like exactly fine. You know, it's not bad. It's not great. It plays, you know. Not a huge draw. I mean, Domain Zoo, like they're playing Omnath, they're playing Fury, they're playing Solitude. They're just playing all the usual cards with like 4 different cards, you know. They're playing Kavu and Scion instead of playing, you know, whatever, Red and 6 and whatever other card. So, yeah, I think I'm pretty happy here. Interested to hear what I think, that you think Historic is that good. Here you go. Here's the article. Historic's best format in Magic, in my opinion. You just build whatever you want. It's also like, it's under curated. They need to curate the format more. Like Crucius should have been nerfed like 6 months ago. But it's the best brewing format. It's also the most unexplored format because there's no PTs for it or anything like that. So it is heinously expensive though. That's the real downside of the format and why it isn't more popular, because it's just so expensive to get into Historic from nothing. So expensive. I'm fortunate because I'm obviously a full-time content creator. I have like 98% of the cards in Arena because I've been playing for, 5 years, playing full-time content. But opponents really have a tank here for, there we go. Got him. Talk about it and they're in. Game 2, on the draw. Double Bowmaster, Grief. Hollow 1, Wheel of Fate. Not a great hand, but I think we're going to keep. Let's see what happens. Yeah, Historic is a brewer's paradise. Historic is modern from 5 years ago. So many different fun things you can do. All right, so untap and draw a something good. Blood Crypts. Yeah, sure, whatever. Sucks is like suspending this is pretty lame in the face of Teferi, so not gonna grief with a Bowmaster. Yeah, I mean, Dak on Blackblade for sure. Wouldn't be that hard to do. We draw Fable, which is pretty good. We're going to play Lansego. I think we're going to probably Bowmaster end step and then grief them and cast Fable. Resolving Fable here is pretty good. It makes the hollow one cheap and also lets us get rid of this Wheel of Fate too, so. Building a historic deck from nothing is like, it's not even fathomable because like you need so many wild cards and it's just so hard to get the cards you want from nothing. It's tough. It's really tough if you haven't been playing Arena for a while. Which sucks, honestly. You should be able to buy wild cards, you know, like, it's so dumb. Here's a fetch. $200. I don't think that's enough, honestly. Sucks. From nothing, I mean, you know. Crack a Heath. Oh yeah, the wild cards are you can buy them, but they're heinously expensive, right? It's like a worse value than just buying packs almost. Like it's slightly better than just buying a bunch of packs and opening them because you get wild cards for opening packs anyway. So, all right, Breeding Pool, untapped, Shock, Teferi, we cast Bowmaster. I'm gonna get the duel here, I think, to keep the red count up. Should I guess I have Blood Moon in my deck too? I have Catacombs. I'm just gonna get a duel. It's Bowmaster hit you. So now I have Bowmaster in play, two things in play. If they minus Teferi, I ping them for one and make a new token. If I guess I'm sorry. Yeah, and then if they plus it, I should attack it, which is great too. So yeah, I think that the lands, all the rare lands, should be like very frequently the rewards for just playing. When you get like a card for playing, it should be a land like a lot of the time because the land's the hardest part for sure. Untap. Draw. Ooh. Okay. I mean, they could bounce it with Teferi, I suppose. They could have Force also. I have played about 2 hours of Diablo 4. It's all the time I've had to play it, unfortunately. So, I think I want to just grief them first to see what they have. Just start there. Would love to pitch any other card, obviously, but fire up the grief and see what they got. Their hand is Prismatic Ending, a Leyline Binding. They actually have the planes in hand. Nice Blood Moon, idiot. Alright, so I'm going to take the EI, I think, and just play Fable. We'll just keep playing a fair game Magic. So, take this. Crack this. Get a Swamp. Play Fable. And then attack this Teferi. So they want to lose Teferi, take one, and pump my token to kill my Shaman. That's fine. Could have killed small Teferi. How's that? If we take the binding, they can just Teferi bounce the Blood Moon. So. Oh, the other orc. Right, sure. That I pitched. Yeah, I mean, we couldn't kill it, so. I think this is fine right now. Most importantly, I want the reflections. I want to have Fable into our next turn so I can loot away the Wheel of Fate. Probably the Blood Moon, honestly, and then just play a cast Hollow one, too, so. Plus Teferi, sure. They can play an instant speed binding or prismatic ending. Play the planes. Red, green for a territorial Kavu. Sure. Do I get to loot here? Please let me loot. Oh, loot. Loot, please. Thank you. Coral resub. 83 months? Let's hear it for Coral. 83 months is absurd. That's like not even a real number. Alright, discard Wheel of Fate. And I actually keep the Blood Moon, make them answer it. Screw Catacombs.
Somebody's playing a prank on me.
Sure. We have no good attacks here. Our hollow one cost 1. So just shock this in. Play Blood Moon. Play hollow one. Has Modern been fun? It's fine. Tap 2 for a prismatic ending on the... Nope. Something, maybe. Could play the land after. Yeah. Sure, whatever. Yeah, you're right. Oh, Moon shrinks the Kavu, but they have binding anyways. Doesn't actually matter, so... I guess, like, I could have attacked and then shrunk. Yeah, I missed that. Okay, sure. So, I could have attacked and then shrunk because they would already have damage on it if they blocked. So, the Goblin Shaman could have attacked. And then even if they removed the binding, now they can't binding because they actually can't do anything anymore. They should have... They can't, actually. Yeah, I played the turn very, very badly. That's okay.
That's it. I'm going to clone.
I don't think they played the turn very well either, but... So this could have attacked, would have eaten their Kavu if they blocked. And there's no way to, like, not have the Blood Moon be in play for at least a second. But whatever. Oopsie. Hi, I'm Jim. Welcome to 5 New Brews. Can still attack. Well, I guess now with the mana floating, I thought they were going to binding, but they can't. Because they floated the mana, but they can't. Once the Blood Moon's in play, they can't binding anymore. I just missed the interaction between the domain going away. So like they can float the mana, but they can't cast it. They can cast an ending, but on like the Goblin, I guess, which is like whatever. So, and they're also, I think they're experiencing the same thing I just experienced of like, oops, I can't do that. So they're gonna kill the Bowmaster, which is fine. Now our Goblin can attack the Fairy too. That's gas. So attack the Fairy with the Goblin Shaman, and now they have to trade Kavu for Goblin or not have a bounce in their Teferi, which is great also. Cool. So Teferi's a 2. They can cast Binding for 4 and hit my Blood Moon. Plus Teferi, sure. Awesome, Kenny. Congrats. They're going to attack with the Kavu. So we're just not going to block. So we're just obviously binding the Blood Moon. I could block with the Army and the Hollow One. I actually like that a lot. Let's do that. We'll double block, force them to binding the Blood Moon and tap out. And the Goblin acts as the Fairy again. And we kill this thing too. I like that actually. I like that a lot. Let's go like this. Either they tap out for binding completely and hit the Blood Moon, or they lose their thing. So, and they're like gonna do this anyway probably. So, that will be in the article on CoolStuffInc.com next Friday. Actually, not this Friday. This Friday's gonna be the historic decks. Now I'm gonna have Active Reflection. So it's 5/5, trades off. The right is Foothills and a card. And is one single card left. Untap and draw a Dismember. Flip the old Sagaroni. And attack. And then do we suspend Wheel of Fate? It's kind of sketchy. Obviously, if they have another Teferi, oh, they have another binding here. No, you don't. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh my god. All right. Well, at least the Reflections lives, right? All right. So now we're not going to suspend, obviously. Pretty gross. Their draw for the turn was another binding. And they've ripped again, it looks like. Of course they have. Alright, well, that's gross. And now we're in big doo-doo. Alright, yeah. Untap. And draw a... Alright, which member? Kill Fury, say go. They can now Teferi back their binding too. Yeah, we're dead here. Alright, well, that was disgusting. I think we were like decently ahead, and they ripped Runner to make themselves ahead. And now we're no longer ahead. So we do have Delirium, but we have no payoff for wheeling. Man, they just can't stop. Alright, here's Ren. And play the Foothills. Alright, I can't cascade into the wheel either, right? Because there's stupid Teferi in play, so untap and draw a Blackcleave Cliffs. Probably not going to do it. There's a little binding in hand, and they have Teferi, and yeah, they were dead here. So you're going to go to the next game, probably. Kind of a bummer, honestly. They definitely drew really well this game. All right, that's enough. All right, fine. All right, you got it. All right, that's it. I've had enough. Runner. Are we interested in our own Furies? I don't think so. We've now shown Blood Moon, which makes me kind of want to cut it, honestly. I think I want Fury to deal with Planeswalkers and stuff. Maybe just 2. Yeah, we've shown Blood Moon, so they can fetch basics now and play around it. And that's already good enough, I think. It's a fairy. So if I had, like, not pitched the second Bowmasters of the Grief, I don't know. They had an EI in their hand and stuff, too. It might have just gotten worse. Far over the misty mountains. What? Come on.
This is a gift.
We're playing wheel with Bloodbraid Marauder. Cascading into it. On the play. We got a mulligan here. We have 2 wheels in our hand, which is awful. Yeah, I'm just gonna mulligan. Mulligan into Waste Not, Inquiry. This is pretty good. We have Waste Not on turn 2 into Fable. Fable can support us for a Cascade, hopefully. Keep this ship extra Fable. Opponent keeps 7. Opponent is not fast. They are down to 6 minutes already. Blood Crypt taps go. And then we have Waste Not into Fable. Need to draw a land here. One Triome. Your land? Yes.
Bingo! All right.
Waste Not. Now we have Inquiry with Waste Not, which is also just gas too, so. We'll see. We'll probably Fable, but I have Ending. They have freaking Wear Tear. Come on, what a jerk. Trying to have some fun here. What's up, Equivin? Appreciate it. Thanks to resub. Verdant Catacombs. Sure. Freaking Prismatic Ending. All these fun cards, just so easy to answer. Here's Fable. We have an enchantment and a land in the graveyard, so very close to Delirium for Bloodbraid Marauder. But want to have the payoff, obviously, for it. Mobile gamers, am I right? Mobile gamers.
Still a piece of garbage.
Force of Negation, sure. Why not? Alright, so they exiled an Omnath. They play a Scion of Draco. And a land. They're almost out. Unfortunately, we're not, like, doing a ton here. Another freaking land. Alright, so we're going to cast a lucky inquiry here and see what happens. Spin the wheel! We drew a Bowmasters. We discarded Marauder, Hollow One, Catacombs. We kept 2 lands. That's pretty bad. Alright, sure. They banned Fury, Red, and 6 Scion, so I guess. We have Bowmaster. We have Delirium now, which is cool. Take 4. Need a spell here. Something nice. Yeah, sure. Yeah, 1 Blood Braid Marauder off the top, please. Foothills, crack it. Cop. That's pretty good, I guess. Go face. Untap. Marauder! Marauder! Fury. Okay. That's not the worst. Attack for first strike too. Never mind. Alright, attack for nothing. Just go land Fury, kill the sign of Draco. They have 2 cards in hand. Their clock's in the red. Kill that. Say go. Play land. Shock down to 14, so they have their own Fury. Alright, cool, I guess. They get to kill my Fury and my Bowmasters. Alright, I think we're in trouble. Still have 1 card left. No blocks. And draw a Hollow One. Okay, sure, I guess. Blocks Fury. Lucas resub, thanks so much.
Certainty of death? Small chance of success. What are we waiting for?
Our opponent. That's what we're waiting for. Alright, cool. Sure. Better to block, so I might draw Bowmaster. Maybe. Oh my god. Alright, whatever. Alright, you got me. Alright. I mean, their deck is literally everything I hate about Modern. Not much more to say. Alright, hand's good. We have instant. We got a Fable. Grief's like okay, but we can keep this. We are on the draw. Opponent's got 7 also. Steam Vent's untapped, but no creature. I don't like that, honestly. We got Cliff's Stomping Ground. Kind of leave up the Dead Gom. I didn't play a 1-drop though, so it's only if we can kill something to play on turn 2. So play Tap Land, so go. Also Pioneer, it's fine. I think Pioneer's a fine format. Not the most exciting, but reasonable. And step consider, sure. Keep the card. And they play a Channeler, sure. So, they have a Bobble here too, hopefully not. We can use the Dead Gone to kill it. Double Channeler. All right. So we get to kill one of them and just kind of keep our ball rolling. Play Fable on 3. They can counter it, but we'll see what happens. Let's play this tapped. Fire up the old Dead Gone. So turn 3 Fable. And then turn 4 we'll go from there. Would love to cast this for 1. Draw something nice. Get some Delirium going. A Grixis? Pyromancer. Oh, alright. What's going on over here? Discarding Lightning Bolt, Bloodstained Mire. Sure. That is still not Delirium. Alright, now they bobble, sure. Fine bobble, that's Delirium. Attack for 3. So we're resolving Fable next turn, but their hand's pretty good. I mean, they're turn 3 on the play. They have Delirium, Pyromancer, and a token. They only have 2 cards in hand, which isn't too bad, I guess. I'd have to have 3, I suppose, but... Yes, Karn, thank you. Draw another Grief. Do we Grief them off a Grief? Or do we hold on to a Grief to hardcast, maybe, or something like that? Obviously, casting Fable. They have 3 cards in hand.
I am Karn.
Alright, anyway. There's no one there. Squirrel, something? Who knows? Alright, so... Do we Grief or no is the question. Three... Hollow one next turn for 1. Hopefully Marauder, 2. I'm going to Grief them. Let's Grief. Look at the hand and see they have... Oh my god. Thoughtseize, Drown the Lock, Unholy Heat. That's a gassy hand. We're going to resolve our Fable. They can kill the token. They can counter or Thoughtseize. I guess we want them to Thoughtseize, not counter, so... Alright, let's take Drown the Lock. Resolve Fable. Say go. They've got Thoughtseize, Unholy Heat. Alright, so Goblin is dead. They get to Surveil. They're going to Thoughtseize probably my Marauder. I don't know, honestly. It might be the Hollow one. So I have a 1-mana Hollow one next turn. We're about to have Delirium for Marauder. The problem is we have no payoff for wheeling right now. Here's Thoughtseize. This is just like Grixis mid-range, I guess. Oh, they're playing Shadow. Okay, they're playing Shadow. Grixis Shadow with Pyromancer. Okay. Hollow One or Bloodbraid Marauder? What's it going to be, friend? That goes to be in the article in CoolStuffInc.com in next week. Untap. Bloodstained Mire. Alright. Let's discard 2 lands here. Discard land, draw Inquiry, and then another land. Man, you're killing me here, Smalls. We really want to draw a Waste Not or a what's it called there? Draw Waste Not or Bowmasters. And I can't Burning into either one of those and do this also. Urwal is just too low impact. That's just not good enough. I don't want to Marauder. I guess we're going to play the Inquiry and try to get lucky. Just going to spin it. Spin it to win it. We discarded a Wheel of Fate and 2 lands, drew a Black Leaf Glyphs. Alright, sure. Alright, well, let's draw a Bowmaster or a Waste Not next turn, please. Or just die, it might work too. They have 3, 4, 5, 6. See what happens. Oh yeah, also you can't Well because of Cascade. Alright, I can't play any card that costs less than 2. That's not our 2 Cascade hits. Gurmag Angler. I haven't seen that card in a while. Oops. Surveil again. Take 6. 2 cards in hand. One of them could definitely be Drown the Lock, which would be unfortunate for us. We draw Wheel of Fate. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. Alright, just gonna say go. We're like pretty dead here, and I'm pretty sure they have a Drown also, so that works too. Alright. A little bricky that game. Couldn't really put it together. Let's look at our board. I think these Furies are coming in. And there's just too many ways to kill this card in this format. So Furies are in. I want all their removal spells. I kind of want the Grief. I kind of want everything, honestly. Just gonna stamp that. We're on the play. I don't want to cut for Fury, so. Alright, we're in. Hand is Bowmaster, Fable, not much else. We're gonna keep this though. I think it's fun. Cliffs, Tomb. So you go tap Tomb, Cliffs, Bowmaster, land, Fable. It is unfortunate not really having any 1-mana plays. It definitely hurts. Hopefully it's Ragavan, which freaking Bowmaster. That'd be sweet. Works for me. 1 Bowmaster, please.
Get off my plane.
Dink. Draw the 3rd Black Leaf Cliffs. Nice. Scaldin Tarn. Crack it. Blood Crypt, 15. Thoughts of these, sure. Tough. We were relying pretty hard on this Fable because we've run a lot of lands this game. So we bin an enchantment. And say go. We draw a Wheel of Fate. We're going to suspend that. That might actually end up mattering in this game. It's kind of weird. I almost don't want to attack because they're playing Shadow. And I think that in the 13 range, you don't want to attack your Shadow opponent usually. That's not that we're not going to attack. We're not going to attack. I have my orders from the Emperor himself. Something special planned. So go. The old-fashioned way. Wheel of Fate, suspend. Watergrave, shock, down to 11. They'll never see Wheel of Fate coming. There's a Shadow. Good no attack, Jim. Good no attack.
I am too smart. I am too smart. S-M-R-T.
Shadow number 2. Alright, untap. Suspend down. Bowmaster number 2. Okay. Just gonna play, I guess, Catacombs. I want to fetch. Question: how do you manage the timing of attacking an opponent with Shadow? I think when they're in the like 14 to 10 range, you don't want to attack unless you have like a big attack. Like chipping in for 1 or 2 damage isn't really worth it, I don't think. So let them do the damage to themselves to cast their Shadow, and you can attack them later. Can't Cascade yet. Don't have Delirium. So the wheel's ticking down. And Moazzi will just block with the army and then cast on the Bowmaster. Inquisition of Kozilek. Okay, that's lame. Alright, so we're going to just fire up Bowmaster. I think I might get Marauder. I think the Wheel of Fate on Suspend is the big one here. They could obviously just counter it, but actually, you know what? This is fine. Oh, this is resolved. This is fine. If I take Bowmaster, whatever, I want to keep the Marauder. Also, if I take the Bowmaster, now I have a land, a creature, and an enchantment in the graveyard, so we're pretty close to being able to Delirium, so this is fine. Let them have it. Take the Bowmaster. No attacks. Man, this Wheel of Fate. Let's draw a Grief a turn before Wheel of Fate, please. We draw a Swamp. Come on, help me out here. Here's a Catacombs. They go. Creature enchantment about to be land in the graveyard. How many lands? Like 20, I think. 21. Consider. They draw a card. Bowmaster triggers. We're going to target one of these things. We're not going to target them, so I don't want to deal damage to them, so grow the army. This is a Gurmag Angler? The old fishy boy? The old fishy boy. The Big Fish. Good movie. Anyone in chat ever seen Big Fish? Great movie. Fantastic. Alright, so let's get Blood Crypt. They have 2 cards in hand. We're 1 turn from Wheel of Fate. Please draw Grief or some way to get Delirium. Or a Swamp.
Waka waka.
Alright. Say go, I guess. Killing me. I'm not going to cast the Wheel because the Wheel actually gives us Delirium for the... So actually, if they counter the Wheel, I get the Bloodblade. Bloodblade was kind of cool too, so... You only wish to catch a fish so juicy sweet. End step, 1 black. Fatal Push the token, not the Bowmaster. Sure. Interesting. 2 cards in hand. They attack for 9. Take 9. So we're going to Wheel. They're going to Drown it. Then we're going to Marauder. They can see this, yeah. Another Shadow. Okay. Alright, here we go, folks. Spin the wheel. Cast Wheel of Fate. Again, they're going to probably drown this. Terminate the Bowmaster. Sure. Alright. Well. That's the thing. Discard, draw 7. We have Grief, Inquiry, Bowmaster. Oh my god, we have a lot of stuff here. Alright, so we can go Waste Not, Bowmaster, double Inquiry. It's pretty good. I would like to be able to... I would like to Grief them first, but I kind of can't, I don't think. Yeah, this is fine. So let's go... Oh, we're in the upkeep. Hold on. Get another card. Black card. Any black card. Any black card. I'll take Skate Zombies. Wheel of Fate. Sure. That's fine. Waste Not. Bowmasters. Kill for a black card here. I got a Grief first. Oh, man. Deal 1 to a Shadow. Again, not dealing it to them. Save 3 shadows in play. And cast our first copy of Burning Inquiry. Each player draws 3 and discards 3 at random. So, that's 3 draws for Bowmaster and 3 discards for Waste Not. They can kill the Bowmasters. Still fine. Bowmaster dies. We get to Burning Inquiry. Waste Not still in play. We discarded some stuff. They discarded some stuff. Looks like we have... we discarded our other Burning Inquiry. What a tilt. We draw a card, make black, black. Okay. So you can just, like, hard cast Grief. We just die then, right? Man, killer. I can Bloodbraid Marauder and just try and wheel the hand away, I guess. So I guess we Grief them and then Marauder. Things I might wheel. I've already hit 2 wheels and 2 inquiries, so we're 50-50 to hit a wheel or an inquiry. Getting a swamp here is actually not ideal, so I want more red mana. That's probably a mistake, actually. Oh, I can't get swamp anyway. So let's Grief them and then Marauder and see what happens. We also can trigger off the Waste Not too, so the hand is a bunch of stuff, sure. So we want to draw a card, or we want to make it 2/2. I think make it 2/2. And then we're going to make it 2/2. And then we're going to Marauder and try and hit a wheel, I guess. Cascade into... We hit a wheel. Okay. Discard. They discarded a land and 4 non-creature spells. We draw 4. So we have black, black, black floating. We can play another Waste Not and then play another Marauder. We're doing some cool shit here. The question is, like, is it going to end up mattering is the question. So, black, black. Here's Waste Not. Here is... Should I have actually... Should I Grief them? Because now we're not likely to wheel. We're likely to Inquiry, not wheel. We have 2 Inquiries and 1 wheel left. Sure, I'm just going to cast the Marauders. Cast Marauder again. We hit Inquiry this time. So, discard. They discard a bunch of lands. So we... Oh my god. Can you please work? So we have 8 black floating. We're going to play another Waste Not. Then we're going to cast Grief. We're out of red mana. Saying Spirit Guide's banned, right? Their hand is Bauble, Thoughtseize, Heat. So I guess we get rid of the Unholy Heat. They have a fetch land though. Oh, it's a hollow one. That's cool. Play hollow one. Cycle this, I guess. We have 12 cards left. How many hollow ones do we have left? 1. Draw another hollow, maybe? Dismember. Okay. Sure. So, we're going to say go. Couldn't find Bowmasters. We've already cast a few of them, I guess, but... So, discarding fetch land. Fetch land. Alright. I mean, we did a lot of stuff, but... I don't know if it's going to matter. Their hand was, I forget. It was like Bobble Thoughtseize lands, right? It's like this, I think. We only have 10 cards left. We have a Bowmaster left. We also have two hollow ones, a Bowmaster. They can grow their shadows very large with the Delta and the Thoughtseize, but these crack back and kill them essentially. We have 4 blockers. What a game! What a game! Deck list is not on the overlay. It'll be in the article on CoolStuffInc.com next week. Correct. Marauder can't block, but it can attack and kill them with the backswing. So, Bloodbraid Marauder on Arena? I think it is. Wheel of Fate is not, though, which is the point of the deck. So, Thoughtseize me. Nope. Man. Long games. Play a fetch land. Crack the fetch land. I don't know why I have priority. There's Channeler. Okay. We have Dead Gone and Dismember in our hand, too, which is kind of nice. Any suspend cards on Arena at all? I don't think so. They mill a Croxa? Damn. Alright, sure. Between Dismember and Dead Gone, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know, honestly. We obviously can block. We have a bunch of blockers for these these shadows. They can't attack with too much. We have Menace Creature. We find a Bowmaster. We kill them with the Inquiry or whatever. Which is kind of cool. Take a card and go to 6. Also have a bunch of blockers too with the 2 Fables, so you can make more blockers, which is kind of cool. Only downside is we have all chump blocks, so if they do attack with everything, we just lose everything. Could take 5, I suppose. I mean, they have bolts in their deck and stuff too, so. My thoughts is that they can't Croxa. They take the Dismember. Okay. They have they played a land. They played the Delta and cracked it. That's how they're at 6. So. How much attacks? Emergency Power is the card where most of the moment was being absorbed by the player who cast it. What happened? They absorb their own emergency powers. Here comes 1/7/7. I will block. No battle rage, please. Draw a card. Here we go. Into our turn. I gotta imagine we win this turn. Like, they have 4 cards in their hand. A lot of them are just lands. We draw a Sanitarium. It's kind of cool. That's the thing to use black mana on too. I think we start by just casting Burning Inquiry, I guess. I mean, I would like to have a Bowmaster in play first, but draw 3, discard 3, get them as triggers. We have Dead Gone. Could buy Goning first, maybe, to play. I don't want to discard it, but I want the mana, I think, too. We're going to get a bunch of mana from their lands, so I think that I want to use that mana for Dead Gone. And then I'm going to bounce the Angler, I guess. So play Sanitarium. Actually, no, this is fine. Play Sanitarium. Tap for black, black, red. We're going to have infinite blacks. The black doesn't matter. So let's do Gone on Angler. That resolved instantly. Wow, okay. Now we're going to cast Burning Inquiry. Each player draws 3 cards at random. We get 1,000 triggers. Draw Bowmaster also. It's gas. Make some zombies. And then we're going to draw some cards. We could have milled out there. Yeah, if they had like all non-creatures, we knew they had lands in hand though. So, and now we have Bowmasters and Grief and 1,000,000 mana. So let's Grief and Dismember also. The range is nothing. They're dead. So take this, make it 2/2, and then cast Hollow One. Cast Dismember for this on, I guess, this. Cast Bowmasters. 3 cards in deck. That's a freaking game, folks. Put that one in the books. Whew! That's a game. If we don't win a single game with this deck, or a match to this deck, that game was worth it. 3 cards in deck. All right. That was awesome. Sideboarding, I think fine, right? Yeah, I think it's fine. Dawn Fury against them? I don't think so. The things are big. Don't want Leon of the Void? No. Blood Moon? No. Torok? No, this is fine. Run it back. We used every part of the Buffalo. Leyline, what's Leyline do for us? What do they have, a Gurmag Angler? Like, whatever, who cares, you know? That doesn't deal with the Angler. Like, if we mulligan to 6, it turns their Angler into a Thoughtseize, you know? Like, whatever, it's fine, so. Just do our thing. I think if we can just resolve a Waste Not, I think we're in great shape, because they can't remove it. So, they are back in the old tanks. Want the Moon? I don't think so. We're on the draw. Like, the Architects are in the deck to get Delirium for Bloodbraid Marauder. That's the goal. They have Darcy, too. It's not the main component of their deck, though, you know? Like, it's just not worth... I don't want to mulligan against a Thoughtseize deck. If I have turn 1 Leyline, I have a 6-card hand. They Thoughtseize me, I have a 5-card hand. And then I just die, you know? It's not worth it, so... Game 3. All the marbles. Double Waste Not, double Bowmaster? Sure. They haven't shown Ragavan yet, so... It's a hand. Even hand of the week, maybe? Bobble. Yeah, sure. Do your thing. Do your thing, friend. Thoughtseize away. Nope. Channeler. The problem is they can probably Delirium next turn, which kind of stinks, but... So Bowmaster probably can't kill it. Hollow One. Sand's sort of going places. Might be too slow on the draw, honestly, though. They keep the card on top. Yes, these are the unnerfed Dragon Rage Channelers, so... Bobble again. Looking at me. I'm gonna fetch anyway, so whatever. If we go into our turn and we can kill this channeler with a freaking Bowmaster, I will be ecstatic. Alright. Get Blood Crypt. Looks like a drown here. I guess they can't drown, right? Because they draw Marauder too. I think we just say go and try and upkeep, kill the Channeler, and see if they end step consider. Let's do that. Alright, so we're going to go for it. Obviously, they can have they have a kill spell here. They can, like, save it, but I think it's worth going for it here. The upside's too high. Task mana on their turn. It's worth it, so. What's up, Matt? They can bolt in response, get Delirium. It is possible, yes, this might not work, but I think it's worth the shot. There's a Heat. That is the third card type. They can mill over a creature or other type here. Creature or sorcery. They milled over an instant. So it's still going to kill it. Is it going to kill it? Alright, that gave Delirium an X1. That's fine, though. Thoughtseize me? Sure. So now I got double Waste Not. We can go Waste Not, fetch land, and start setting up, I suppose. Delirium's still a ways away. It's funny, I actually want them to take a Waste Not here, so it makes my Delirium better. Thoughtseize takes the Marauder. Interesting. Okay, no Delirium yet, so untap and draw a Wheel of Fate. We did suspend it successfully last time. Are we going to go for it again? They only have 2 cards in their hand. I think we do. I think we just play this, suspend this, and we'll just like start playing stuff and see if we can get it to go off. It worked once.
What about second breakfast?
Say go. Crack this. Ideally, we draw like a land, I guess, and play double Waste Not. Got some time here. I have a blocker, and we're at 18 life. Here's an EI. That's not very good. Sure. Steam Vents. 3 cards in hand. Shock it in. No Ragavants. Huh? Alright, so 3 cards in hand. Looks like a drown. Here's a Blood Crypt. They know the cards in my hand, right? So, untap. Wouldn't mind a land here, honestly. Marauder. Okay, so we kind of want them to counter this then, so we can cycle this and then have get Delirium. We're not there yet, though, so here's a Waste Not. See if it resolves. Do you have the Drown Aroni? They know these 3 cards, I believe. Cool. So drown that. It's 1 less drown for the Wheel of Fate, obviously, too. And now we just attack for 1 and say go. They have 2 cards left. Enchantment in the graveyard. And then I don't think we attack because they're at 11. And I think, again, they're in that like shadow range. I think we won the last game because we didn't attack. Their shadows were 2/2s for like a few turns. If they were 4/4s, we would have lost for sure. So, no reason to attack. What's up, Coffee? Take 3. Three cards in hand. Here's a shadow. It's a 2/2.
Poor predictable Bart. Always takes rock.
We draw land. All right, sick. So now we're going to go land, Waste Not, Bowmaster on their turn, cycle, Cascade on our turn. And we're going to block first and then Bowmasters later, so we get another blocker out of it. So let's go land, Waste Not. Just say go. A little 10 New Brews. 5 historic decks yesterday, 5 modern decks today. The Lord of the Rings.
Don't tempt me further.
So go. All right, so I think we end of combat after his damage is dealt. We're gonna Bowmaster and try and kill this. Before they can play, I mean, I don't know why they would not play land first, but Precarious 7. Here's a Bowmaster. Resolves. Eat your shadow. Lightning bolt targeting the Bowmaster. No, me? What's targeting? Themself? Themself? You got it. Giant growth resolves. 5/5 shadow now. Explosives on 0? I mean, we're in next turn, right? Next turn is just cycle Cascade with a Bowmaster and a Waste Not in play. Oh my god. Oh my god, hold on. Oh, I think we got it. Do this. Here we go.
Don't do this. Please, don't do this. Get up. Let's get up. Don't do it. Man, don't do it. Don't do it. Think of your family. Think of your fans. Think of everybody. You got to kick them out.
Cascade! Alright, we hit an Inquiry, not a wheel, but Burning Inquiry. With Bowmaster and Waste Not in play. Come on! Bowmaster will kill the Channeler. I guess the blockers we make will die to the explosives. We'll see what happens. Just gonna see what happens. Because we can definitely just die here, but why I cycle first? I needed Delirium. Needed an artifact in the graveyard. Drawing the wheel is kind of crappy because like we lost the ability. We lost our odds to do that. All right, we're gonna go. Oh, come on. Their last card was Unholy Heat to kill the Bowmaster. What a jerk. All right, so I think we're dead now actually because now the EE takes care of the tokens. We worked so hard, got so far. Architect of Will, make a zombie, draw a card, make black. Yeah, I don't think it matters. Oh, no. The EE out of nowhere. Why did the EE end up being good? All right. We didn't play a land yet, right? We could cycle into a red land. Cast another Inquiry. All right, cycle this. Yeah, we need to draw a red land and keep going here. But even then, like, I don't know if we have a... No!
Somebody's playing a prank on me.
Oh. Now I'm sad. We were so close. We were so close.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Marauder's disappointed. What do you mean? It was great there. We freaking cascaded like we wanted to. They had the thing for the Bowmaster, and they had the explosives for the blockers, and we're at 7, and they have, like, exactly lethal, you know? Like, we just missed it. Just missed it. Just missed. It's fine. It's alright. It's alright. It was a cool match. Really fun games, honestly, so can't really complain about that match. And it's not too shabby. We got Kill Spell into Waste Not, Marauder, some lands, Artifact if we need it for the graveyard to keep this. Opponents on 7 and on the play. We're playing 3 matches with each deck today, similar to the historic matches. I simply don't have time for 5 leagues in one day. You can see over here on my schedule. Oops, wrong one. Pretty busy week. And then I've got too many games tomorrow. I'm leaving for. So I'm gonna write the article tonight for CoolStuffInc.com also. So 3 matches with each deck. If I have like a really bad match, oh boy, oh god. Speaking of really bad matches, I'll probably play another match and just not put that in the video. But all right, so Setting play points on fire for your entertainment. That's right. All right, so they're trotting on the play. That's pretty bad for us. Our dead gone is blank. Yeah, that seems pretty rough for us. Oh, that's pretty good, actually. Do Architects of Will? Sure. That's 3 of the 4 types in the graveyard. All right. Sure. If their hand is good in the play here, we're in big doo-doo. Is the match 3, yes. We've got 2 Blood Moons, that's really it. We have Grief too, but I should have cycled for Grief. Nah, I'm not gonna pitch this, I don't think so. Here they go. Hopefully they're a bad Tron player. They're a bad Tron player. Love it. Playing a Forest on turn 2. Folks, it never keeps 7 with Tron and play a Forest on turn 2. I don't understand. Tron players just don't get it. Like, simple rules you gotta follow when you're playing Tron. Never play a non-Tron land in the first 3 turns, and if you have to, play it Mulligan. Simple as that. Easy game. Cycle. Now you have to at least turn 4. Bowmasters. It's not very good against them either, honestly. We're going to untap. We've got Wheel of Fate. Alright. Creature. We could actually, like, just dead our own token to get the 4th type in the graveyard. Which I don't hate. Yeah, we're just going to say go. Bowmaster, if they fire up a sphere or a star, I get a little extra Bowmaster action. And then I can, like, Waste Not, dead, and then Cascade, I guess. It's not great, but sure. So let's say go. Festive resub, thanks so much. Alright, so we've got Chromatic Star. Bowmaster time. I think I want the extra red before we start going off with Waste Not, so 1 Bowmaster, please. A Dinkia. So we shock them, make a 2/2 at minimum. Their lands ain't pretty. I agree. So now we get to go land, Waste Not, shoot our own thing. No! Bloodbraid Marauder, no! Well, about that. Alright. That really stinks. Sure. Alright, so we're going to play Waste Not and say go. Our Marauder's off thanks to their Relic. Huge tilt. Huge tilt. That is true. They have to do it in response, but we're not there yet. And, like, I have to shoot my own creature to get Delirium. So, like, they're probably going to pop in here and draw a card anyway. Just going to do it that way, sure. Main-Deck Relic's very common in Tron, so it's one of the... Ghost Quarter? Oh, God. Oh, my God, opponent. You know, one ring me? Oblivion Stone, sure. Alright. I mean, I'm going to go for it. They should Relic me main phase also. They're not doing it, so... They do have no idea what I'm doing. That is definitely true. Alright, we're going to shoot my own thing. They're going to let me go to my turn. And they're going to give it to me? They're going to give it to me. Alright, well... So, Bloodbraid Marauder is on cast. So, they can't stop it with the Relic, which is insane. So, we're about to pop off here. So, here we go. I'm going to tap this Sanity if I want a double red, so... Cascade! Burning Inquiry, let's go. Spin the wheel. 2 red up. Nothing floating. They discard Ugin Wormcoil Map. So I draw, 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 ping, ping, ping. Doink, doink, doink.
Orcs. Orcs. The time of the orc has come.
Dismember. Draw double dismember? Come on. Are you serious? We draw dead gone, dismember, dismember against our freaking Tron opponent? Oh my god. Alright, sure. The problem is they're going to freaking O-Stone next turn, even if they just play a land. Oh my god, this is embarrassing. Alright, I guess I'm just suspend this, actually. I'm going to kill the Waste Knot, too. Oh man, this is gross. Alright, attack for 1, say go. Let's dismember the O-Stone, yeah. Yeah. Alright. Suspend this. Not gonna play Hollow One because they're gonna O-Stone next turn probably. Brutal. Brutal. There go the graveyards. Draw a card. Thank you for 1. Yes, I've been live for 6 hours. It was a deck 2. Yes, I understand. Matching Tron lands. So they're going to O-Stone the old-fashioned way. We're going to untap, suspend down, draw a Architect of Will. So we're just going to attack at everything. They'll pop the O-Stone. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They O-Stone, well, Waste Knot goes away. I'm going to cycle the Architect and play Fable, probably. We'll see what I draw off the Architect, but currently discarded 0 cards so far. Meyer. This costs 3. It's still Fable. Yeah, it's still Fable. Alright, Fable, help me out here. Help me out here, Fable. Come on. Get rid of these dismembers. Let's do this. Wheel of Fate's hiding in there somewhere. Oh, no. Chromatic Sphere, sure. Alright, I'm just gonna crack this land. Let them do their thing. What do you got? We're starting with a Sphere. It's probably better for us, you know? They don't have everything yet, hopefully. Those lands are hideous. Just hideous. This one's nice. The rest are hideous. Karn Liberated, sure. Alright, so play Karn Liberated. What's their target? It's pretty ugly too, honestly. Exile the Fable? That's a good play. Let's hear it for our opponent. That's a smart play. Another Relic? Sure. This is just gross for us. Like we're getting wrecked, and like they kept just the most heinously bad hand, and we're getting destroyed. I mean, we've drawn horribly too, but all right. I guess we'll attack Karn. We got a wheel coming. It's fun. One hollow one, please. I guess we could Sanitarium. I hate that, actually. Let's do that. A Sanitarium. Try to draw something good here. Nope. Discard a Dismember. Discard a Mine. This costs 3, right? So let's shock this in. Cast hollow one. Alright. I mean, like, we have a wheel coming and a bunch of mana. we can find a Bowmaster or a Waste Knot next turn. That would be nice. Karn goes up. We exile the Dismember. They're also at 10. I have 6 power in play. That's a thing too, right? Other Karn with 9 mana available. Treasure's out. Hollow One's out. No abilities here, folks. One Worm Coil Engine. Yeah. One turn, the wheel goes off. Hollow One. Okay, so all right, let's start off by sanitary. Sure. Discard Inquiry. I guess we just play Hollow One and just play Valance and say go and just hope our 7-card hand's really good somehow. Like, yeah, that's fine, I guess. I'm gonna cast this. No attacks. Can't kill either Planeswalker. I guess I could like attack the Karn and the Great Creator just like so they can't. What are they gonna get? Like, what's gonna stop? They get like a Chalice on 0. Oh, I should do that. I'm gonna attack this. Shouldn't have guessed that first. We're going to throw away a creature to kill this Karn so they can't get, like, Chalice or something. And then we're just going to hope our wheel's really, really good next turn. So eat that. Gain 6. Karn goes to 1. Play this. We've got 7 lands in play and 7 new cards coming. Could have plussed on my treasure. Here comes Wormcoil, down to 5. How's our plan on spending mana to give our opponents card advantage is flawed? How are we giving them card advantage? Alright, here it comes. The big whammy. Draw 7 cards. Cast it.
Don't touch me, Frodo.
Waka waka.
Alright, so our opponent had Warping Whale, which is the literal perfect answer to our card, but cast it for incorrectly for a 1/1 rather than countered my spell. So that's a bit of a gift, I guess. Sure. This is.
That's it. I'm going to clown college.
I guess we're in the O2 bracket. Sure. Guess this. Draw 7 cards. They have another one. They have another one.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
This has to be like the actual worst possible matchup. They have main deck relics and main deck warping wheels, and like we don't interact with their lands or anything in any way at all. It's hard to imagine it being worse. All right, let's Bowmasters. That wasn't a bad draw. Let's kill the Scion. We can kill a Karn. They could have sacked there to Fizzle, couldn't they have? Yeah, they could have. All right, let's kill Karn Liberated, I think. And then we will Sanitarium and dink the other Karn. The fact that we're still playing this game is ridiculous. Like, all right, let's go Hollow one. All right, your turn. We've got to be like 0% in this match, right? All right, let's bring in our Blood Moons and our Ancient Grudges. And then maybe the Taurox also. And we're cutting Dismember, Dead Gone. Let's do this, I guess. And we'll cut like one more card. Cut a Fable, maybe just too slow. All right, we just got to get really lucky, I think, so. Ay. On the fly. Sure. Keep this. Very awkward that we have this Mire, another land. We're going to cycle. We're just going to get Swamp and cycle, I think. Look for a red source. Fire Blood Moon on turn 3. Cycle, Waste Not, Blood Moon. Go from there. I'll find a red at some point. Relic. Killing me with these relics. Killing me. Cycle. Bowmasters, sure. Alright, so doing some stuff. Blackleaf Cliffs, easy game. Here's the Cliffs. Here's a Waste Not, and say go. Alright, here you go, buddy. The old Blood Moon, your turn. Urza's Mountain. Natty Tron, too. Wow, poor opponent. Well, natural Tron. Untap and draw Swamp. We have double Bowmaster for the Chromatic Star. That's kind of guess. All right, so go. All right, so Nugget for 4, make a 4/4. Oh, yeah. Oh, starred sphere away, my friend. Sauron and Saruman. Think they have a nature slam or something? They're gonna kill my blood moon and stuff? I don't know, maybe. Spend that and say go. End step, make a green. Uh-oh. Draw a card, take some damage. Lethal in play. Nope. Basic Forest nailed it. All right, we win game 2. Good job, us. Game 3, all the marbles. Standing pat. One of our 2 blood moons. These 80s TV is sound effects? What are you talking about? I don't know. Wait. What are you? I don't hear nothing. On the draw. Opponents on the play. Our hand is terrible. Put a mulligan to 6. We're going to mulligan also. This hand is also terrible. Put a mulligan to 5. I think we're joining them, honestly. What does it say? What does this hand? Turn 2, suspend Wheel of Fate? Like, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5. It goes off on turn 6. It's pretty bad. Yeah, I'm on a 5. Mulligan into a 1-lander with Blood Moon. Oh my god, you're killing me. All right, we're going to keep. We're at bottom Grudge, and bottom Bloodbrain Marauder. We're just going to reef them and then draw some lands. Ugly, ugly last game here. Put them all against a 4. All of a sudden, our opponent thinks that they're a true Tron player. Power plant, go. 3 cards in hand. Relic, sure. Yeah, we get it. We're never cascading. I understand. Also, they let me by accident, kind of, again, you know, so. Blackleaf Cliffs, cool. Alright, Pitch Bowmasters, grief you. Alright. Oh, that was full Tron. I was going to get really pissed off. Alright, they have 2 power plants and a mine. Sure. So we're down another card. Here's a Cliffs. There you go. We have Blood Moon, obviously, but those are mines. Okay. Draw land for Blood Moon. An Ancient Grudge. Rude. Crack the Relic? Yes. Alright, so we Bowmaster. Get a Swamp. Alright, so we got a 2/2. 2 damage. Bit of a Clock and a Blood Moon. Their hand is... Her hand is Urza's. Her hand's Power Plant, 2 mystery cards, a Forest. Okay, that's not good. So it's scrying. All right, so we need to draw land. We need to draw land now. Their hand is Power Plant and a mystery card and a tower. Let's draw land, please. Okay, we're in trouble. High inflection means that we're in trouble.
You look terrible.
Alright, go, I guess.
Good lord.
Don't do it. Whatever it is, just don't do it. Well, they had nothing. And they drew Tron and card. They literally had a pair of Tron lands, a Tron land, and a relic, and that's it. And they found, in the next few turns, they found a scrying and a payoff. They're going to eat the army. The problem is we can't get ahead of his Karn. Yeah, they just plus it. Even if we go land, blood moon, I don't think it matters. Wheel of Fate, indeed. Yeah, all right, we're done here. All right, yeah, I mean, this is like an absolute nightmare matchup, but the deck seems fun, but not completely competitive. The 2 prior matches were really, really fun. We had a lot of really close games and everything. It was super cool, but yeah. I mean, probably not playing this deck in the Pro Tour, but Bowmasters has been pretty good. Goodbye, Ancient Grudge. Yeah, this card is just way too big. 6 is just too much. Like, if you draw, like, Burning Inquiry into, like, I don't even know, like some crazy chain of cards. Or another Wheel of Fate, sure. Alright, sure. I guess as long as this Wheel of Fate is looming, we're not, like, dead yet. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Alright, I don't play anymore. Alright, you got me. I'm tapping out. Alright, so not ideal. We went 0-3. We're going to drop. But again, the first 2 matches we lost 1-2, and the games were super close. We lost some really close, and we had some crazy games where we popped off, and stuff was pretty fun. Deck's definitely pretty fun, but it's missing something. You know, the deck building requirement for Marauder is pretty tough. The Delirium and everything, and then having not be able to play 1-drops is tough also, but pretty fun deck. Does some pretty fun stuff. That's brew number 2. So more brews coming up on stream. YouTube folks, love you, like, comment, subscribe, look for the remaining brews on the YouTubes, and that's it. Peace.